Hello friends, and welcome to a snowy Creekside Nursery here in Dallas, North Carolina. Oh my goodness, leave it to North Carolina to give us snow at the end of February when the tulips and the daffodils are coming up. But hey, it's pretty coming down, so we're just going to embrace it. This is our weekly nursery tour, but guess what, y'all? I know it's snowing, one, but when this video actually goes out, it will be like 60 and 70 degrees. So again, there you go for North Carolina. So weather is turning. We are going to be open this Wednesday. Because the weather has been so unpredictable the last 2 weekends of us opening, we are going to push our regular hours up a week. So beginning this Wednesday, so today's Monday, so on Wednesday, we will begin our regular hours of Wednesday through Saturday, 9 to 3. This kind of time period, that schedule will be from now until we close whenever it is in December or whenever that is. So Creekside Nursery is now open Wednesdays through Saturdays, 9 to 3. There is that. Also, here in just a minute, we have an exclusive, and I mean this has never ever been done before, an exclusive product available here at Creekside that I know that you are going to be super excited about. So we're going to show you that. Yeah, so there's just a lot going on that we have tons of information to give you. We also have tons of gorgeous plants to share with you in the snow. I mean, this is not very often that we get to do a nursery tour here in North Carolina in the snow. But let's just take a moment. Now, none of us really here at Creekside really wanted to have snow right now because we're already moving forward into the spring mindset. But it sure is pretty, right? Isn't it? I mean, this is literally the second snow that we've gotten this year. And this is probably the most that we're going to get this year. So I know you sweet people up in those colder areas are just like laughing at us because of this massive amount of snow that we're getting. But yeah, so we do appreciate it and enjoy it, and it is beautiful. The garden is pretty. Brenna certainly is enjoying it and playing in it. She's eating something. And so there you go. She probably found a pocket of snow.
Everybody's closed, but our people are working.
That's right. So here in the South, I know it's a running joke, right? In the South, whenever it begins to snow, everything shuts down. Like schools have been shut down. Schools were shut down yesterday, even though they really didn't do anything. But our staff is here, full staff. We have here, they are working their little hearts out up at production, getting those plants ready for you sweet people, both here at the nursery and online. So there is no snow days here at Creekside. We are just plugging along because we all have a job to do, and we are very excited to serve you. So there is that for sure. Okay, where shall we start? Okay, there is, now is, I know, I feel kind of silly saying this as the snow is coming down, but I promise when this video goes out, the weather has completely turned and it will be nice and warm. Yeah, it really is a perfect time to go ahead and begin getting those trees, shrubs in the ground, especially those ones that need that extra help going through the heat of the summer. Like, what am I talking about? Those hydrangeas, absolutely get those in. Everything that you can think of. The soft serve. First of all, when it does snow, how beautiful are they? These are these false cypress. We are getting ready to add at least 2 of these, if not more, to our house, in front of the house. Love these. And so these are extremely well adaptable, very versatile. These are not going to be really big, y'all. These are a nice size in the fact that they're 6 to 10 tall and 5 to 6 wide. They're hardy in zones 4 to 8. You do not need to prune these. They're basically like that perfect little Christmas tree shape. And because they are called soft serve, they are, one, physically soft to touch, and then 2, because they have this a little bit of that downward turn of their stems, they have a very soft look in your garden. And then, of course, as we always say, I always think about the birds, the songbirds. This is a great habitat for those birds in your garden when it is snowing, when it is cold. So those are great to add as well. Spring is like right around the corner, right? Things are waking up and just going to be very exciting, and loads of color and fragrance. So there's a couple of things. One, lilacs. Maybe you don't think of the South as doing lilacs really well. The Bloomerang dark purple has performed magnificently well for us in our garden, and it is in full hot sun. And it already has the buds beginning to swell on these. Of course, your lilacs bloom on old growth, so you do not want to prune them right now. If you need to prune them, then we want to wait and do that after they bloom. And I do it just a little bit to kind of keep it nice and tight and bushy. So if I were to come in and prune this, I would just come in and take a little bit off the top after it blooms. And of course, you get these beautiful, deep purple flowers that smell amazing. And the Bloomerang Dark Purple is a repeat bloomer. So I got, I think, at least 2 more flushes of flowers on it. This is going to be a moderate size. It's not going to be huge. It's going to be 4 to 6 tall and wide. Easy to tuck in a little nook in the corner or a little spot in your garden. It's hardy in zones 3 to 7. But like I said, we're an 8A and mine is in full sun. It's right there near the patio and she does really, really well. So there you go. So we've got those, of course. And then let's see. Do what? The loropetalums, aren't they beautiful? It is. And this is a great landscape right here together. You've got the, this is something I've never said before on a nursery tour. Let me shake the snow off the tag. Here we have the Fire Chief. These are thujas, right? These are great little evergreen, like a 3x3 kind of quote ball. You do not need to prune them. No, they are not dead. They just have this winter look. They turn a nice bright green during the growing season, but you pair that with the Cerise Charm loropetalum. And then if you need some more height, you can come on in to the tea olives, the sweet osmanthus. You have a beautiful progression of height, color, texture. Of course, your tea olives will give you that beautiful fragrance in the fall. And so this is a lovely evergreen option for you. Whether this is going to be on the front of your house, whether you're putting it on a berm or a hill, like you want structure there, and maybe you don't want a whole lot of maintenance and a fuss, then this would be a great option for you there. So there are tons and tons of options and available. I know that somebody was grabbing the Kinsley's Ghost honeysuckle because that's been super popular on social media lately. So we have 3 gallons available in that Kinsley's Ghost. Also, the Stellar Ruby Magnolia from our friends at Southern Living. Y'all, this is a great evergreen, like think of it as a large shrub or a small tree, however you want to look at it. It's also known as a banana shrub because this is, or a banana tree, because when the flowers open, they smell just like a ripe banana. It's the craziest thing, but it is true. Have one in the privacy berm and it is doing wonderful. Full sun, this will get to be, I want to say in that 5 to 6, no, 10 tall, 6 to 8 wide. It is deer resistant. We love that. Hardy in zones 7 to 9. If you're interested in roses, one, we need to prune our roses because it is time to prune roses, but now is the time to plant roses as well, right? So I'm going to be transplanting some roses at the house. It is time to go ahead and get those in the ground. You can see we've started to do some pruning on the roses, but look, see how they're putting out that new growth right here? That means that you want to go ahead and now is the time to prune it. When you see those little leaf swells begin to pop open, then, oh, I'm stuck. Then that's when you want to go ahead and prune it. Easily prune them back by half. All roses, y'all, unless it's those old-timey heirloom climbers, they need to be pruned. Doesn't matter if they're proven winners, the reblooming kind from, what are the knockout roses? It doesn't matter who they're from, David Austin's, you need to prune your roses. Also, we have the very popular new viburnum from our friends at Proven Winners. This is Yardline. And so Yardline is going to be a nice, upright, huge leaves on them, right? You can see how they're holding the snow, nice big leaves. This is going to be a fast grower for that privacy screen or that interest. This is going to be hardy in zones 7 to 9, 6 to 12 tall, 3 to 4 wide. Can go in that full sun, but I know that we had customers at the end of the season that were looking to add more. They had bought some and they needed more to add to their screen. Then here you go on those. We've got, of course, tons and tons of hydrangeas. Your hydrangeas are dormant right now. which is the perfect time. All of these out here are your sun-loving hydrangeas that bloom on new growth. So if you have panicles or arborescens, your smooth hydrangeas, you need to prune them. You can see we have already pruned these guys. So just to kind of go run through real quick what we have got the Incredible Blush. We've got Bobo, Little Lime Punch. We got a bunch of Little Lime Punches because it's a fabulous hydrangea. And then we come up to Invincible Ruby, which is lovely. And so we got a lot of the Invincible Rubies. These are those smooth hydrangeas. And then back here we have Incredibles, the Flowerful, and the Eclipse. So lots of hydrangeas that are full sun. My shade ones are over there in the pines, and we'll check those out in a minute. Now, the exclusive product, this has never been done before, and so Creekside is the groundbreaking first ones to do it. Let's go over here. We have used this product for quite a number of years, both personally and professionally, and Hoselink came to us and said, would you be willing to kind of try out an option of offering their retractable hoses at a retail garden center? And of course we said absolutely. So we have the retractable hoses from Hoselink available here at Creekside Nursery. So when you come to shop, you can go ahead and grab your Hoselink and then take it home and install it that day. These are amazing products. Jerry was kind of leery about these at first when we first got them years ago. I could not garden as efficiently and less stressful without my Hoselinks, because I can pull this thing out and it will reach, these are the 82-foot ones. And so I can pull this out 82 feet, and that's a lot of garden space if you think about it in a circular motion, because this, wherever you mount it, it can rotate. It's wonderful. So you have an 82 degree foot that you can go out and water. When you're done watering, there is no more bending over and winding up the hose. You just go, and it just goes, and you hold on to it and it retracts, like I'm talking about like in 20 seconds, 82 feet worth of hose retracts. It is amazing. So we have these available here at the nursery. And so there you go. We're testing it out for Hoselink. Very, very excited about that. Oh, yes. Sorry, I was getting ready to go in there. So we do have the Aquapot light inserts. These are this is the original. I know that Proven Winners is coming out with the small and the large. As soon as we get those, we will make those available to you. But these are still the originals, that original size. So what this does is turn any of your existing traditional pots into a self-watering container. At first, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I was very skeptical about this because I love the original Aquapots. These work great. I have got pots that have been planted up for, this is their second winter now in using these Aquapot inserts, and they work great. In those pots, I have done a mixture of both annuals, I have perennials. The plants love it. It has, of course, just like your regular Aquapots, once you unpackage it, your fill tube comes up. You can fill it up. It's very easy. So this will fit those traditional pots. You just need to make sure that when you're putting it in your traditional pot that you've got still plenty of room up top for lots of soil, because you're going to want to have this with lots of soil. So you can see how it will hold the water in the bottom, and then it wicks it up, and then the plants get their water. Works just like the traditional Aquapots, but in the fact of you get to use your pot. You don't have to buy that ceramic glaze pot from Proven Winners. So we have these available, and these are, of course, are available both at the garden center and online. It is a fantastic time to be gathering supplies for the growing season, right? We have fully stocked tons of land and seed compost. So if you need land and seed to feed your plants, if you've not laid that down yet in your flower beds, this is a great time to do it. I'm still doing it in my gardens. I'm still winterizing my gardens. So laying down that compost one time a year in your gardens is a great way to amend, especially if you have clay soil, you've got really sandy soil. We need that organic matter into the soil to feed your plants. If you have a happy soil ecosystem, then you're going to have very happy plants, and it is like going to be one of your absolute best assistants in the garden. So we have that. Of course, the container season is rapidly approaching us. So we have the Proven Winners potting soil. This is the only potting soil that we sell here at Creekside. This is the one that I use in my containers. It has that beautiful, perfect balance of retains moisture, but is also well draining because we get so much rain. I need my containers to drain and not turn into an absolute soupy mess. It has some slow release fertilizer in there for you and everything. And then of course the Daddy Pete soil enhancer. This is what we have been using as our mulch in all of the gardens because it is easy to move around. And again, it is amending my soil and giving that organic matter back to the soil. We also have some fun things here inside. Let's go look at those. A couple of things that I want to talk to you about. So whether you are an online customer or you are a customer that comes to the garden center, or maybe you do both, if you have not yet signed up for our loyalty rewards program, I want you to do that. Especially, it just makes it easier if you do it before you come to the garden center. You can absolutely do it once you get here. But we have little signs throughout the garden center, and I'm going to put a link in the video description and the comments. Y'all, this is absolutely free, or if you're sitting there watching, you can absolutely scan the QR code right now. What this does is it's a loyalty rewards program. It is our way to say thank you for being a customer of Creekside. When you sign up, you get 200 points. For your birthday, you get points. You get all sorts of points for different things. And the last Tuesday of every month. So tomorrow, when you place an order or you do an order, you get double the points, right? And so you earn money back. It is super easy. When you come to the garden center, whoever's checking you out will go, hey, you have $10 in reward points. Do you want to use those or do you want to keep them? So you can redeem them right there, or if you want to roll over and get them nice and big and then redeem them, you absolutely can do that. They do not expire as long as your account is active. And that just means as long as you're making purchases, I think it's like at least one per year, your account is active. So they do not expire. And it counts on everything. So whether you're doing the land and sea, the fertilizers, if you come and you buy some of the Creekside special 5-pack collections of shroomies, which we have available here, that counts. Birdhouses, plants, it does not matter. Unique stone, whatever it is that you are purchasing, then you will earn points on that. It makes perfect sense to go ahead and sign up for that. Again, absolutely free. We're not going to bombard you. We're not going to do anything to you. It's just our way of saying thank you for being a loyal Creekside customer. We have, if you don't know yet, we have our own Creekside mugs. So we did this because of you sweet people begging us to create a Creekside mug. And this is the coffee on the porch mug. And y'all, Jerry and I have our coffee in this mug every single day. It is unbelievable. We love it. And so this is made in America. It is 100% American made. It is a beautiful dishwasher safe. It's got to be dishwasher safe. It's technically 12 ounces. We like about an 8-ounce cup of coffee from the Keurig. And so it works perfectly in that. Really nice, substantial mug. It feels good in your hands. So we have those as well. And of course, the Creekside Yetis. I mean, we have everything, y'all. You need your watering cans. We got the watering cans, the kneeling pads, the rose gloves. I'm telling you, if you've got anything that has, as I call it, a prick factor that you need to be pruning right now, talking about those roses. I recently did my hollies. These gloves are amazing. They're goat skin. They're very soft. They will save your hands and your arms and your clothes and keep you from getting attacked by those roses. And of course, the Felcos. If you need the Felcos, we have got all the supplies for the Felcos, whether it's the gloves, the pruners, any of your maintenance supplies, and then of course, replacement parts, blades, and then other tools. All of that is available here at the nursery. Of course, this is all available online as well. But yeah, you get points on all of that. Okay, let's move on. She is an excited puppy. The colder for this dog, the happier she is for sure. Now, If you're a faithful watcher, you might notice that we moved the hellebores off of the front display here. That was because Sunday we had crazy wind and we wanted to protect them. And also, like tonight, it's going to be, the next 2 nights, it's going to be, what, 16, something like that. And we just want to make sure that they still look pretty for you. So we did go ahead and bring them into the greenhouse. They are on their little wagons. It is nice and warm in here. You can see that the annuals are growing. I also see that we have new flowers down the line. So the annuals are growing. If you want to come and buy annuals, you certainly can. We did it on opening day. It's not the best time to put out your annuals, but we have folks that have perfect spaces, whether they have a greenhouse, they have a sunroom, they have places that they've traveled from, and that at home, then they can keep these protected until it is time to put them out. But y'all, look at here. We've got the Carolee Petite Pink Guara. She is blooming. Look at that. Is that not just a beautiful pink flower? This is one of those annuals that will technically for us be a perennial, but we sell it as an annual. So that's blooming. And then look, is this not the cheeriest thing you ever did see? Look at Goldilocks Rocks. That is the happiest little plant, and they are happy. They do enjoy cool weather, so you can put them out. But this is definitely one of the first ones blooming. Yeah. So we've got those blooming. It smells lovely in here between the alyssum. We've got the white knight, the violet knight, and then we have the aromatis mulberry as well. Camellia season, everybody is blooming. Look at that. With your japonicas, this is white by the gate. Yes, it's in here in the greenhouse, but that's just because we did it as a display. My white by the gate at the house is blooming as well. Again, great time to plant those camellias, y'all. We did go ahead and bring in the hellebores. So we, as Cece says, we have the hellebore trains going here. And so the Lenten roses, absolutely gorgeous, all beautiful perennials. We had lots of people on Saturday, our opening day, when it was like pouring down rain and nasty cold. They were still so sweet to come out and support us, and they were gobbling up the hellebores. Now, if you're worried that we don't have any, we still have some, so absolutely you can come get them and go ahead and add them to your garden. I went and grabbed one of every variety. I think we have a total of 9 different varieties available, and so these are great deer-resistant, early bloomers that are beautiful. They only get bigger and better with every year in your garden. If you have a part shade garden, then these hellebores are going to be perfect for you. You want them in your garden. You're going to love them. You're going to thank me later for them. So come on and come get them. All right, out we go. We also have the mangaves available, right? We love mangaves because they are so adaptable. They can do basically any kind of water conditions, whether they're more drought tolerant, absolutely can handle that. But they also love to drink the water. So the more water you give them, the bigger they get. You can pair them with annuals. So put this in, like, how cool would this silver fox be, right? So you've got this silver fox. Put this in a container and then pair it with some really fun annuals all around it. And that will go all season long in your garden. You will be amazed at how fast these mangaves grow. And then in the wintertime, just, your annuals are done, bring your container inside and boom, there you go. Whether it's just a protected area like in your garage, or if you want to use it as a house plant, you absolutely can do that and bring that inside. They do benefit from some winter protection, especially when you get down in those crazy cold temperatures like down in the teens. But we have mangaves. In fact, I'm overwintering my mangaves here in the greenhouse. And so that you can see, these were the same containers that they were in last year. Probably going to move them up a size, put some annuals around them. Love them so much. All right, let's head out to the pines and see what shade-loving plants we have out there for us. All right, let's make our way over to the pines as we go past the Proven Winners camellias. This is that new series of camellias from Proven Winners. This is the Just Chill series. We have both the double mauve and the double white available. So sweet, covered in snow, I'm telling you. And these are some of the most cold hardy camellias that you're going to find. These are hardy up to like a zone 6. So those are available that you can use. Here we go. this is rare that we get to have snow going across the boardwalk, whatever you want to call this, going over the bridge here into the pines. All right, so we have, if you're looking for shade stuff, we have got shade things for you. It is a great time to be planting things, your shade-loving plants, your perennials. So those hostas, we have got tons of hostas available for you. So it is a great time to put them in the ground. Even though they may be dormant, it does not matter. We're not cared about too much of the top growth right now. We're looking at the root growth. And this is a great time to get those plants in the ground before the heat of the summer hits, so those roots have a lot of time to grow and get developed. We have the Anna's Magic Ball again, getting the snow off of there for you. The Anna's Magic Ball, nice chartreuse color. It really depends on where you live as to how much sun you can put on these Anna's Magic Balls. Nice, small, perfectly little spherical little balls that have that chartreuse color. If you're in those warmer zones, then you're going to want to give it some break in the afternoon sun, right? Give them a little bit of some shade. If you're in those cooler zones, then of course they can do that full sun. But for here, I definitely would recommend that they get a break in the afternoon. It just gets so hot and humid here, and we don't get a break. If you don't give them a break in the afternoon, they could fry. If you have that filtered sun like right now, like what we have here in the pines, that is a perfect spot to put them. And of course, they're evergreen, so we love that. We also have these beautiful Macrophylla hydrangeas from Proven Winners. This is the Let's Dance Lovable. And Lovable, y'all, again, shake off your tag here. This is a reblooming big leaf hydrangea, a Macrophylla. And if you can see, as Jerry shows you the tag, and then he's going to show you those stalks, these are beautiful. Their structure is absolutely gorgeous. And then you can see that they already are opening. Let's see, that they have some of that new growth popping out. You see that little bit of those red buds? That is those new leaves, those flower buds that are forming that are just going to absolutely explode. I love the Lovable, and I'm planning on adding a couple of these to my garden myself. Hardy in zones 5 to 9, so very heat adaptable, very wonderful here in the south. 3 to 4 feet tall and wide. These are reblooming, so they bloom on old and new. You want to put these where you don't have to prune them. So I have a spot that I'm going to put them. I can just let them go. The only time that I would ever cut on this hydrangea would be, one, if it's blooming and I want to cut a flower to make a vase. You can do that. So I could cut it that way. Or is after they emerge from their winter dormancy, if you notice that there is a limb in there that died, right? So it's not alive, then you would go in there and clip that out. Otherwise, leave these plants alone. Do not go in there and cut on them, because you will definitely be affecting their bloom time and how much they are blooming for you. So we've got those. We have got, this dog is out of her ever-loving mind. More of the Macrophylla hydrangeas. People were asking. We have got tiny, this is not a Macrophylla, this is a serrata, but we've got the tiny tough stuff. Tiny tough stuff is that mountain hydrangea, and it too is blooming. And it is, all these that I'm talking to you about are going to be pH dependent, meaning whatever the soil pH is of your pH level of your soil, then that will determine the color. Again, I can see that new growth is already popping out. And what's so cute about this one, y'all, is only like at the most 2 feet tall and wide. Again, don't prune on it. If you want to cut a flower, but don't go in there and whack it back like we do our panicles and our smooth hydrangeas for sure. Look at this. Even in the snow, we have got pretty color and texture with these Florida sunshines. There's a tea olive in this container. Beautiful color and structure here. And so even in the shade, in the snow, you can have color and texture. Very, very important. So tons of options. We have still got lots of unique stone available for you. Again, come get some cute little garden yard art and add it to your garden because even in the snow, it adds structure and fun, whimsical attributes to your garden. And then, of course, in the summertime, it just brings lots of fun to your garden as well. All right, y'all, I'm getting so cold I can't even think straight. So my toes are little ice cubes. Y'all have an amazing day. Come see us. So remember, we are now open Wednesday through Saturday from now on. So you don't need to ask, are you going to be open on this day or this day? If it's a Wednesday through a Saturday, we will be open 9 to 3. So you can come see us. Sign up for those rewards, that free loyalty rewards program. I want you to get the most bang for your buck, so you can do that. Again, I will have a link in the video description and the comments. So you just click that link, sign up. There you go. You automatically get points just for signing up. And the Hoselinks. There you go. Lots of fun things happening here at Creekside. Y'all have a great day. We're going to go get a hot cup of coffee and warm our toes up. We'll see you in the next video. Bye, friends.